Hey, good looking. I'm so glad that you came to my kitchen today to sit there and see what we have cooking. Grab a hold of that vine, swing right on to my kitchen, and let's get cooking. Good looking. Well, hey there, good looking. Welcome to the kitchen today. Boy, do I have a recipe for you. Today we're going to do a budget meal, and I know everybody out there is looking for budget meals, especially during all the food shortages. So I'm hoping this recipe is going to help all of you out there in YouTube land. Now, we're going to be doing an ramen noodle Alfredo. So let's jump right on in to the recipe. Now, the recipe calls for about half of a package of the ramen noodles per person. Well, today we're doing 2 packages of the ramen, and I chose to use the chicken ramen. Now, let's go ahead, open up the ramen noodles, and we're going to sit there and do it in my beloved Instapot. Okay, I added the packages of ramen noodles. Now, you know my saying, we're just going to sit there and add enough water to barely cover the ramen noodles. As you see, the ramen noodles are covered with just enough water. Now, let's go ahead, put the Instapot cover on, lock it into place, make sure that your steam valve is in the closed position, and then we're going to put it on manual for 1.5 minutes. That's all it takes to cook up the ramen noodles in our Instapot. 1.5 minutes. And oh yeah, them 2 flavor packets, add them to the noodles as well. As you see, I put them flavor packets on in. No need to mix it up because it's all going to get mixed up anyways. So 1.5 minutes and we'll be back. I know I said 1.5 minutes, but there's no 30 seconds or anything that you can add to your Instapot. So I just went up to 2 minutes. So remember that. Now, while the noodles are cooking, I'm going to sit there, make up a slurry with my cornstarch. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to measure out 1 cup of milk. Otherwise, you can use heavy cream if you want. I don't want to sit there and go that route. I choose to go with the milk. And then you're also going to be needing 1.5 cups of our Parmesan cheese. You're going to be needing 1/4 cup of butter. Now, the recipe calls for parsley, dried parsley. Well, I don't have any, but I'm going to sit there and add some chopped dried chives. We're going to be adding about 1/2 teaspoon of the dried minced garlic. And we're going to add some salt and pepper. Goodness gracious, how could I forget one of the stars of the show? I have almost 2 cups of chopped up ham. Now, you can sit there and choose to use any other protein, like chicken if you wish, but I'm choosing to put ham in my Alfredo. So, about 2 cups. The Instapot is cooking up our ramen noodles. I already went ahead, made our cornstarch slurry. I measured out our milk. I measured out the cheese. I measured out, like I said, you can use the dried parsley like the recipe calls for, but I'm using the chopped chives. And I also measured out the dried minced garlic. I'm going to open up my butter and I'm going to get that ready as well. The meat's all chopped up. And oh yeah, you can use like broccoli if you want to add to this, or peas. That's just one option where you can make your food dollars stretch out just a little bit more and to get a little bit more of a stretch of a meal if you're feeding a hearty family. Like me. The Instapot just sounded off. Now I'm going to do a quick release. I'm going to come down here, turn it off. Always, always, always open your Instapot away from you. You don't want to get steam burns. So let's open it up. Be sure to raise that cover away from you. As you see, the Instapot is all nice and done. The noodles are nice and done. Now, let's go ahead, grab the 1/4 cup butter. Let that melt all on in. We're going to give it a little stir to help it melt. As soon as the butter's all melted, we'll add our milk. Go ahead, set your Instapot onto saute. We're going to grab the milk, add the milk, add our slurry, give that all a good mix. Let it thicken up a little bit. Let's add some pepper and salt. I'm going to sit there and add my Parmesan cheese along with the dried chopped chives and the dried minced garlic. Give that all a good stir. And also at the same time, let's go ahead and add that chopped ham. Ooh, you could sit there and see how good looking this dish is all coming together. Now I'm going to shut my saute button off because my sauce is thickened up to our desired thickness. Now I'm just going to continue to mix the ham all on in. I'm going to get a bowl out and we're going to call the old man in here for a taste test. before we let the hubby have the taste test, I gotta show you the ramen Alfredo that we have mixed up with ham. Now, I'm gonna call him in. Hey, Big Kahuna.
What?
Are you hungry?
Yes.
Are you ready to do a taste test?
Yeah, give it here.
Well, oh my God, you heard him. Here you go, babe.
Thanks, Mama.
I know it's hot.
Very good, Mama.
Well, you heard it there. So I'm going to go ahead, fix up myself a bowl. And we're going to sit there and say, winner, winner, ham dinner. Now, if you like this recipe that you saw here today, please give me a thumbs up. Also, be sure to leave a comment down below. I love all the comments, and I do try to answer each and every comment that does come in. And if you're not yet a subscriber to my channel, go up, hit that subscribe button, tap that little bell. That way you'll always be notified every time I do put out a new video. And as always, here's to happy cooking, but better yet, happy eatins'. Y'all come back now, you hear? Now, if you really want to sit there and give me a little bit of extra love, you can help me out greatly by giving me some well-needed watch time. Watch some of my older videos. You might find a recipe or two amongst the whole list that you're going to sit there and want to make for your family. So until next time, happy eatins'.